Hello, my first grade friends. Happy asynchronous day. So we have come to the end of Gingerbread Week. I'm going to do my gingerbread read aloud for you in a little bit, but I wanted to finish up our gingerbread packet. So normally when you read a lot of books that are about the same story, but they're told a little differently, normally you compare them. So you see how they're the same and you see how they're different. And so we're going to be doing that today. Do you remember when we did Venn diagrams? So we did a Venn diagram about the first Thanksgiving and our Thanksgiving. We did a Venn diagram about apples and pumpkins. And we did Venn diagrams earlier on in September too. Well, we're going to do a Venn diagram, but I made it look a little more fun. So in your gingerbread packet, you'll see that there is a little castle. It looks like a castle at the end of the page. And it looks just like this. So there's in the middle, there's lines, and there's two on the ends. It says here, let me look this up. It says book 1, both, book 2. Well, you are going to be comparing 2 of the gingerbread books we read this week. Now, you don't get to pick, I'm sorry. And that's because right on that page, you probably saw 2 little squares. I have stapled for you 2 of the books we read this week, and you'll have to put them in, glue them down into your fairy tale Venn diagram, and you'll have to see how those 2 books are the same and different. Let me show you exactly what I mean. So if you go to the end of your Venn diagram, you'll be able to carefully rip off these 2 pieces of paper. There we go. Now they might still be stapled to each other, so I pull very gently so as not to rip them. If you do rip it, there's something called tape, so it's okay if you have to fix it. I'm going to flatten mine here. If you want, you can unstaple it. That's fine too. You're going to be able to glue down your 2 books onto book 1 and book 2. It doesn't matter which side you put them on. If you want, you can put them in the order of how we read it, or you can just put it whichever way you picked up the papers. So you're going to need a pencil for this, but you can see I have lines. Now they're not as big as our writer's notebooks, so you have to write a little smaller. But in a Venn diagram, you see how something is the same by putting it in the middle. Well, both of these characters are gingerbread cookies. So I'll say both characters are gingerbread. If I don't know how to spell it, I can look at the title. Gingerbread cookies. So period. I'm using in the middle ways of how these books are similar, how they're alike, how they are the same even. So they're both gingerbread cookies, but there's something very important that's the difference between these 2. In this one, the main character is a girl. But in this one, the main character is a boy. Exclamation point, exclamation point. So I'm saying what these 2 have in common. They're both gingerbread cookies, but one's a girl and one's a boy. When you were reading the stories with me, was there anything else you noticed that these 2 had in common? Maybe were they both running for something, or maybe did both books have a rhyme? She says, "You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man." And what does she say? I know she says something they each have a rhyme that they yell while they're running, but it changes for the rhymes. Man, can, or girl, twirl, girl, whirl, right? So when you're doing your Venn diagram, this is mine, so I'll say Miss Remitz. Well, I'm running out of ink. Good thing I have a pencil right here. I'm going to have mine be the gingerbread boy and the gingerbread girl. I'm curious to see what 2 books you got. Make sure you send me a picture of your Venn diagram when you're all done. Well, first graders, that is how you're going to end your gingerbread week. You have read 5 gingerbread stories now, 2 loose in school, 2 of the girls, and 1 of the original story. You're going to do your Venn diagram comparing the 2 paper books that you get in your packet. Be careful when you're pulling them apart, okay? Send me a picture. I can't wait to see it. Well, enjoy the last story that we're going to be reading. If I were you, especially if you have the last story on your list here, make sure you listen to the book first before you go ahead and do the Venn diagram, just so that you've been able to read all the books. Well, enjoy it. Bye. Hi, Where For Me friends. Happy Fun Friday. So today is the last day of our gingerbread week. Woo-hoo, I know. So I already showed you how to do the Venn diagram, and I thought I would finish up with another gingerbread story. Oh, look, there's my paper from the Venn diagram. Let me make sure there's not another one in here. Whoa, look, it flew right out. I had the original and then the girl version of this. So just like how there was the original story and they made a girl gingerbread story, there's also different stories of the Gingerbread Goes to School or the Gingerbread Loose in School book. It's both about a gingerbread cookie in a building, the school building, just like you. And we're going to see what happens in the story, okay? This will be our last gingerbread story, but like I said, if you know any other gingerbread stories, let me know because I would love to add them to my collection. I love the gingerbread man and all of his stories. So let's get started. This is the gingerbread kid goes to school. Ooh, so instead of the gingerbread boy or the gingerbread man, they said gingerbread kid. And I think that's because kids go to school. So they're all chasing him and they don't look very happy, but he doesn't look very nice. So let's see what happens with this gingerbread kid. The gingerbread kid goes to school. One day, the principal baked a gingerbread kid. He took it in his lunchbox. Oh no, something was missing. The principal put on 2 candy eyes. If you can look really closely, there aren't any eyes here. Suddenly, the gingerbread kid winked. A wink is when you only blink with one eye. He did a flip off the desk, and he did a cartwheel on the floor. Then he ran away. I would be having the same face as this man. But you and I, we've read so many gingerbread cookie stories now. I think every gingerbread cookie must be alive. Whew. Come back, shouted the principal. The principal ran after the gingerbread kid. The gingerbread kid laughed and shouted, I'm the gingerbread kid. I'm fast as can be. You can run, 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 but you can't catch me. Wait a second. Let me read that again. I'm the gingerbread kid. I'm fast as can be. You can run, 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 but you can't catch me. So I know they had to change the rhyme to be kid, right? So they have kid in here instead of boy or gingerbread man. But he even switched it. So normally it's run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. But he kind of flipped it. I'm as fast as can be. You can't run, run, run. You can run, 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 but you can't catch me. So even though they're changing the story, or well, they're trying to keep it as same as possible, but they're even changing the rhyme now too. So they even changed the order, not just the words. Cool. The gingerbread kid ran to the playground. Look, boom, 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 boom. He kicked a ball over the fence. He's running around. Come back, shouted the 2 gym coaches. Then they ran after him. The gingerbread kid laughed and shouted, I'm the gingerbread kid. I'm fast as can be. You can run, 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 but you can't catch me. Oh, this is definitely going to be our rhyme for the book. Can you imagine Mrs. Neal just chasing after a cookie? The gingerbread kid ran into the lunchroom. He hopped into the beans and rice. Oh, he's kicking everything. There's going to be food everywhere. If you're looking at this face, these ladies do not look happy or even mad or scared. They look sad because he's wrecking their lunchroom. Oh, and now they're definitely mad because he made a huge mess. Come back, shouted the 3 lunch ladies. They dropped their spoons and ran after him. The gingerbread kid laughed and shouted, I'm the gingerbread kid. I'm fast as can be. You can run, 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 but you can't catch me. Oh, I'm definitely starting to memorize this one too. The gingerbread kid ran by 1, 2, 3, 4 teachers in the hall. So I don't know why they were painting, but he spilled their jars of paint all over the floor and all over them. He's ruining the school. First the lunchrooms, now this. Come back, they shouted. Then they ran after him. The gingerbread kid laughed and shouted, I'm the gingerbread kid. I'm fast as can be. You can run, 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 but you can't catch me. Ooh, what room is he running by? Ooh, library. Library. I used Stretchy Snake for that one. The gingerbread kid ran into the library. He jumped on a boy's desk. Ooh, this boy is reading. He looks very calm. All the other kids were chasing. Who does this boy remind you of? This boy reminds me of somebody. Someone very devious. Chase me, said the gingerbread kid. The boy kept reading. Chase me, shouted the gingerbread kid. The boy shook his head. What kind of kid wants to read? Asked the gingerbread kid. A smart kid, said the boy. Not as smart as me, said the gingerbread kid. I ran away from the principal, 2 gym coaches, 3 lunch ladies, and 4 teachers, and I can run away from you too. He's just going, oh, really? No, you can't, said the boy. Here are 5 reasons why. The boy made a fist. One by one, he held up his fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then he grabbed the gingerbread kid. Gotcha, the boy said. Like magic, the gingerbread kid turned into a cookie again. What? Suddenly, everyone ran into the library. The 4 teachers bumped into the 3 lunch ladies. The 3 lunch ladies bumped into the 2 gym coaches. The 2 gym coaches bumped into the principal. And the principal bumped into the boy. The gingerbread kid cookie went right out the window. Chomp. And right outside, the smart boy's smart dog was waiting. Chomp, chomp. The end. This is a perfect way to end Gingerbread Week. And that's because in this story, the gingerbread kid finally gets caught. And the magic wore off when he gets caught. And I think that the boy, he was very devious. He reminded me of the fox. How about you? But he didn't get to eat him, just like all the people chasing him didn't. Who did get to eat him? The dog. So this story is very like the original story because he gets chased, and he gets eaten, but it's not like the original story because he gets caught, right? And there's no fox. Oh, this is a really interesting one if you have this in your Venn diagram. Well, my first graders, I've had such a fun time doing Gingerbread Week with you. I love seeing your boats. I love seeing your glyphs. And I love that you're going to get to now do the Venn diagram where you put both of them together, both of your books. For example, I got these 2 guys, and see how they are the same, but how they're different as well. I really hope that some of you get this one. It seems like there's a lot of cool stuff that can go in this Venn diagram, huh? Well, I will see you this afternoon. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.